pick the crustiest $100 that bitch, dog. And say, here you go, boss. Let's spend them all in one place. Oh my god, yo! When it's smaller than $100, boss, then put up in an envelope just to make you feel better, boss.
The envelope does not make me feel better. It just feels worse, dog. It feels horrible. It's like I'm going. It's like having a parade just so they can walk you to the electric chair, dog.
That man say, oh, Jaquan. Man say, oh, Loxus, how the family? Man say, oh, how the family? While the man's account out $50 for year, boss.
And
You
with that,
eat good. You eat good.
welcome back to the Outcast podcast. As we're sitting here discussing my very very horrible finances. As on the last episode, you already know it's me here with
Thank you, sir. Mr. Hades himself.
Mr. Won't Cut Grass for Money.
I never said I wouldn't cut grass for money, nigga. I just said I'd rather do something else. But
That's basically the same shit.
I'm already bad at networking, dog. I'm bad at networking now. You have to network to freaking cut grass, like get links to like cut grass, dog.
You just gotta
Like if
cut the.
niggas call me up, you gonna have to when you start up, boss, you gotta have to beg niggas for cutting grass. Please, let me cut your grass, dog. I get $40, man.
Yo, you made me break the egg.
But it's true though. It's true. Yeah, man, you have to beg for cut niggas grass, dog.
Let me get a $40 bag.
And then when you reach like a point where like people know you, then yeah, you get calls for like, yo, partner, come cut the grass, da da da. But when you start out, boss, I beg you have to beg people, boss. That's why I don't want to have to do, boss.
Why not?
It's like washing. It's like washing cars, boss. You have to beg, hey partner, yo, I see your car like a dusty, boss. Yo, I'm gonna wash down your
Yo,
car,
that's how
boss. Listen.
people have to start out, dog. What, you think Netflix started out as an empire, dog? Nigga, Netflix started out selling DVDs, and they had to go and they were trying to beg Blockbuster to buy them for $100 grand, dog. They had to play after
And now look
Blockbuster.
where Blockbuster is.
Exactly, Blockbuster laughed them out of the room. Netflix is the literal definition of for all the jobs that close the door on me, I'm coming back to buy the building because they came back and bought the building. Literally, they came back and bought Blockbuster's old building.
Jesus. Don't be cocky, kids.
Exactly. You gotta network, dog. You gotta beg. You gotta play the bitch, dog. Netflix paid the bitch for 15 years. Now they came up and they're on top. And they're probably gonna own the game for another couple decades.
That ass, dog. Streaming has really taken off, dog. Like niggas stream everything now. Niggas say DVDs. Like yo, whenever you look on freaking advertisements, dog. Why did I fucking say advertisements? Advertisements. When you look at advertisements, right? And you just see like niggas say, "Oh, get Frozen on DVD and Blu-ray." Like, big man, who has a DVD player nowadays, boss?
Hey, hey,
Like real
hey,
shit,
hey, hey,
dog.
nigga, we still live in the Caribbean, dog. Plenty people still
No, but like American
keep watching
households, they directed,
Outcast. It was just a
ni-
few years ago I was
nigga,
still watching DVDs, nigga.
boss, yo, you do realize that in those, I'm talking like the same commercial I'm talking about, like also the commercials of like niggas saying you ever see those commercials for freaking toys, boss, and like in the commercials they say, oh, delivery and shit, dog. Think that niggas gonna deliver that shit to the Caribbean, boss? You call it number, can't even make no signal because you're in freaking Antigua, boss.
Yeah, well, this is
Like,
why we have Amazon now.
that's what I'm just saying. Like those advertisements aren't directed towards us, dog. Niggas look around the Caribbean and say,
Exactly, the days are over. Those guys were looking at regional, man. They weren't looking international. They weren't looking at a bigger stage.
yo, Jeff Bezos, son. Pockets loaded, my guy.
Netflix popped off, my dude. Snapchat popped off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I just found another topic for us to talk about, dog.
All right, lay it on me while we're on air.
The fact that when you turn a rich dog, your life is become empty and you have nothing to do but earn more money.
Nigga, we've had this topic before.
Yes, but we never really gotten into it, dog.
All
Like
right,
I
so
just I just
I'm gonna say my little piece, dog. As I said before in a different scenario, once you've made it to a certain point, you've already sold your soul, man. There's no happiness to gain. There's nothing else to do. It's just getting more money. You get money to think about how you can use that money to make more money. It's all about money. You've reached a material process now. You got 15 rooms in your house. You got 53 rooms in your house. You rich as shit. Niggas still poor. Once you've gotten to a certain point, you have sold your soul. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to
I mean
understand
like
that.
me if I was rich and
And
I felt like empty, I would just
And once you get rich, there's nothing more to do than get more money. This is why you see so many. Personally, this for me, this is why you see so many rich people turn out to be abusers and rapists and molesters and go after children and shit. Once you have everything on earth that is legal, once you got everything, you start to look for the shit that you can't get, that you're not allowed to have. The moment
I
you
mean
have
that
every,
is true.
the moment you had everything that you couldn't have gotten before, you want the shit that you shouldn't have. That's personally why I
I
believe a lot
mean
of these dudes turn into child molesters, dog. 200%.
like that's why I feel like when you get to a certain point though, you have to start like living life in a sense like you have to like make more accomplishments that can't be you have to get accomplishments that can't be accomplished like by money though like pick up a sport, make a sporting group maybe, trying to help other people with that same money. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw a status, yeah, I think it's yesterday. You posted up a status like saying you know you can't help anybody without money. You know what I'm saying?
It's the truth. It's the truth. You can't help anybody without money, dog. And I hate the people that talk about money is the source of all evil. Sure, the love of money is the source of all evil. But you can't do jack without paper. Until you make some goddamn shekels, you can't save the rainforest. You can't free the ocean from pollution. You can't save the polar ice caps. That's the reason why the ocean is still full of pollution. It's too expensive. Nobody wants to do that shit. Out of all the decades we've tried to, only one dude has successfully done that shit to make a profit. And that's a guy who goes out there with a boat, with a few boats, strings nets along, catches the pollution, the garbage and shit, and then he resells all the recyclable shit to make a profit off of that. And even then, that's not some large profit either. I forget his name, but he did some good work.
Like niggas don't understand that like yo, when you get rich, dog, there's so much good shit that you can do that will like occupy yourself, so you don't get into like the dark places, dog. Like niggas don't
Yeah,
understand that shit.
but mostly the fact is, by the time you've gotten rich, you've gotten here by thinking about yourself and yourself only. So what's gonna make a dude who's only thought about himself start thinking about other niggas now?
So even so, like if you think about yourself, might as well do something positive, like get good publicity by doing something that people will like you for. More like being
Or
more
you could
likable,
sit in your
maybe,
house, drink the champagne, and eat a couple of waffles.
or
Which
in
one
your
sounds like
case,
less
drink
work?
bucket
Which
of
one
gin.
sounds like less work?
But it's still gonna be work to get more money though.
Yeah, but that makes you more money, so you can do whatever you want still. So you can be lazy still.
Like that's why I always tell myself like yo, I always tell myself every day like yo, I get in that position, dog. Keep a cool head, think sensible, cause I can't end up like those niggas, dog. I don't want to end like those niggas, bro. Just boom, just more money, more money, more money. Don't care about anything. Don't care about the suffering of other people, dog. Just all I care about is money, dog. That's not the way that I want to turn out, bro.
And I still remember that dream. I walk in, you pull out a handgun on the nigga. Just pour a gun
Bruh,
on him, dog, because I knew where this was going.
nah, nah. Imagine you own a business, dog. you've lived poor for most of your life, dog. You finally get a business, dog, multi-million-dollar business. You get to do shit. Then you find out that niggas are skimming, niggas that you entrust with your shit are skimming money, a bunch of money on this shit, dog. What you do? I'm not asking you, Laxus. I'm asking like the people watching this. What would you do if you saw that niggas was skimming money, dog? Like dead ass. Nigga, I'd break your foot with a baseball bat.
Break your feet, dog. I
Dog,
put
your house.
nigga, I'd put little toothpicks with cheese on them, inject them in, just place them in the center of each one of your front teeth, and then I'd like a rat and come by and see which one he starts to eat first.
That's actually a nice form of torture right there. I've been thinking about cement lately, dog. I just put some dry cement inside the nose a little bit, maybe
Okay,
a little
whoa,
wet a
whoa,
little
whoa,
bit.
whoa, whoa, whoa. It's taking a dark turn. I'm
Nigga,
gonna get right here.
what you
Right.
talking about, dog? You talking about cheese, man? You talking about
Exactly, and I
rats,
and I
bro?
just realized after I said that how wrong that was.
Yo, we are deranged. Don't forget that. We are deranged.
And I'm trying not to have people know this.
But yeah, bro, don't only entrust people that you can entrust with trust and so forth.
Man, you can't trust anybody, dog. Family members will rob you.
That's true. But
Niggas you
yeah,
known for 10 years will rob you. Now,
you think I would rob you?
I don't believe so, but anything's possible.
Maybe if I'm off drugs.
I'm waiting for one of y'all niggas to
You
double cross me.
Lox
I can call a hit.
Loxus, nigga, Loxus, bro.
You
Yo, can you
know,
give me? You
of
can
course,
slide
I
me a
gotta be
10,
extra
bro.
careful with you. I gotta be extra careful with you, dog. You're the top shotter. You get niggas hit and make it look like vehicular manslaughter.
Yo, bro, yo, don't be talking shit like that, bro. Yo, stop talking about that shit, bro. Y'all niggas always bringing that shit up, dog. I hate you, dog, because you got that shit in my mind, dog. And I
Hey, the
made a
nigga,
joke about that shit the other day when I was with
hey,
Loxus, dog.
the nigga robbed you. You didn't like him, and next thing you know, he's dead. That's all I'm saying.
That I did not do anything, dog. That was karma. That was karma.
Oh yeah, man,
That
that's
was
karma, all
karma.
right. Yeah, God's up there, like, oh, you thief two valve cup, you're dead, you mother.
Bruh. Yo, yo, you just stop making these jokes, dog. Yo, bruh. Stop making these jokes, dog. Yo, but that ass, dog. I ain't stealing money from no one, dog. I ain't stealing money from no one. Like, why would, if we own a business together, why would I try and skim money from you, dog? I'm already rich, nigga. Bruh. A nigga breaded up. Yo, what's your first gun gonna be, dog?
Yo, I can't stop laughing, dog.
Stop, nigga, just forget about it.
How the hell do I forget about that, dog? That's comedic gold right there.
Nah, bro. That's fucked up, man.
It
That's just
is,
fucked up.
and that's what makes it comedic gold.
I know I like to make controversial jokes, boss, but I think that joke is just too much, boss.
So there's a nigga who named
We're
named
not talking about this. We're not talking about this, dog. Let's move on. Let's move on.
yo, but that's hella karma, dog. You have to admit, if they did a real investigation, you would be near the top of a list of some sort. Your mother,
Bruh.
you're dead. Your mother.
Oh my gosh. What was I saying? Shit. What's your first gun gonna be, dog?
A 45.
45. I don't even know what the fuck a 45 is, dog.
What? A Glock 4 or 5 or a Glock 23.
Oh, oh. Wait, I think whichever one has automatic, whichever one has automatic, whichever one
I
Glock with a
const-
switch, dog. That's why
I constantly get confused between the two, so that's why I say they're interchangeable.
I get confused with all fucking Glocks, dog. All Glocks look the same. Like I know I'm slightly a gun nigga, dog, but holy shit, dog. All Glocks look the fucking same, boss. Like shit, I can differentiate AKs more than fucking Glocks, boss. I just started thinking about the cults. You know the cults like
Oh man, a Colt 4 or 5 would
um
be amazing.
yeah. Yo, my cousin had sent me like a video of like this one that had like custom engravings, dog. It looked like a piece of fucking art, dog.
Too.
Nigga, you can't let go of that shit already, was. You can't let go of that shit already, was. Yo, I can't be. You see, this is why I can't be talking to you, was, with that shit.
Yo, I'm sorry, Doc. It's not easy. It's not easy to let that go. Yo, if you were in my position, you'd be laughing too. Exactly.
All right. Oh, let's talk about the fact that cashews are expensive as shit. Why are cashews so expensive? Like, okay, I watched a video about how why cashews are so expensive from Business Insider, but I can't remember most of it. And it's a lot of work that I have to go through to like, thing. But Jesus Christ, cashews are still expensive as
Oh yeah,
shit.
man, they gotta be
Why?
expensive. It's a crazy turnover rate, dog. And harvesting them bitches ain't easy.
So why are peanut? What do peanuts come from?
Peanuts come from a legume. It's like a vine.
Ew, ew. Wait, so there's no peanut plant like from fucking SpongeBob, dog?
Are you seriously? Are you seriously out here trying to use the real world physics along with SpongeBob?
That's the only place I've seen a peanut plant before. So I'm just asking.
Nah.
Right, just cool.
Ain't no problem, Top
Extra
Shotter.
virgin olive oil. Extra. Fuck you, Laxus. Fuck you.
You are the top shotter though.
Fuck you, wise. Extra. What makes olive oil extra virgin?
Yeah, I don't know why they say virgin olive oil and extra virgin olive oil and olive. I don't know why. Maybe it's
Like
vinegar.
that.
Maybe I don't know, man.
I guess Young Thug never got to it. Did you not get the joke?
Not much of a question to be asking right now, mother. Oh, okay. Please just take the
Laxus.
bite of the
Oh,
sandwich.
probably doing something. Yeah.
No, you jerk. You just made me
Simmer.
choke on cranberry juice. What the deal, bruh?
What? Oh, so you understood what I
Yes, I
was saying.
understood the joke. Had me coughing like a jerk, dog.
I mean, you don't want. Yo, we're not even gonna get into that. But yes,
Get
extra
into
virgin
what?
olive oil. Huh?
Get
What you
into
said
what?
about the fact that you said someone's sexual orientation was pansexual, dog.
Man, he is. We're not. Yeah, you're right. We shouldn't get into that.
Exactly. Um. Yes. People don't cancel us. We don't care about sexual orientation. Like literally, I could care less about what the fuck you want. To be honest, you do.
Man,
You do. You dog.
it's not like we would care if somebody
Niggas
tried to
out.
cancel us anyway.
True. Like shit. There's niggas out there that fuck animals. So. I mean, yo, dog. I swear, yo. What are the funniest thing? Actually, no. I'm not even gonna get into that either, dog.
Get into what? How is there so much
Oh,
shit we
did
can't
you?
talk
I
about?
learned something interesting this morning.
What?
White sugar is white because they put sulfur inside of it.
This is why you
What?
have brown sugar, children. This is why.
Well, I don't know if they put it inside there, but they need it with sulfur to make white sugar white, dog. So, and if it's some kind of chemical reaction that they do, or they just actually put it inside there,
And
there's
this is why I've
something
never
wrong with
trusted white sugar, man. It's always been brown sugar for me.
you should
Well,
also
no, I think that was just me being racist, but whatever.
you eat Cheetos.
I'll do the thing. Get away. Get away. You wasted a bunch of. Get away. Mom! Okay, I'm back. What were you saying?
You eat Cheetos.
Yeah.
Nice, bro. How's that petroleum taste?
Tastes like spice.
Nice, bro. I also remember the time I told you that some orange juices have beaver anal gland secretions. You remember that?
Yes, yes, I was about to say that. I remember when you told me about that. That messed me up.
I don't drink orange juice anyway, so I don't give a fuck.
Be careful you don't get scurvy, nigga.
Like I'll eat orange. I drink lemonade, so it doesn't matter. Why did I just
You're on that Don
imagine,
Toliver shit.
bruh? I just thought of like someone just mixing up a lean, right? But if they mix up the lean with you ever seen that orchid drink apple and cherry, dog?
Yeah.
Just imagine pouring a bunch of that inside it and putting fucking lean inside it, bro.
It'd be happiness.
Exactly. Your uncle say he doesn't like apple cherry, dog. He said it's too sweet, boss. Like, yo, big man, all you dogs. Is it sweet? Is that shit sweeter than freaking apple than actual apple juice, boss?
It is. But to be fair, all
Because
apples that you've ever had in your life are apple cherry.
I guess so. But you agree with me that apple cherry juice actually tastes good, right?
Oh, it's the greatest thing.
Exactly, dog. I'm not gonna lie, dog. Yo, I used to fiend over that
Man,
shit,
it's the
dog.
only
That shit
kind of juice,
was
in my opinion, that they can never ruin.
exactly, bro. I've seen it. Yo, trust me. I thought mango juice was the same, dog, and I taste the certain type of mango juice. I just fucking killed it for me. It just came. Pineapple mango juice tastes good though, but there was another Caribbean one that will not be named. Yes, it tasted like ass to me. It just tasted wrong, dog. That's how I can describe it as. It just tasted wrong.
How's that cool? Coding got me tripping.
Also, have you ever had? I remember my dad had bought some natural juice from like a place when he was getting food, dog. I tasted that shit, dog. That shit had a rind in it, boss. Tasted disgusting.
What kind of juice, though? From where? What? No, what
Lemonade,
flavor? Oh, lemonade?
lemonade. Yeah, it had a rind in it, boss. Tasted ass.
Well, nigga, that's where all the
Tasted
vitamins are.
horrible. There's always the pharmacy, and they're high prices for shit because you already know niggas want money.
So it's either eat the real shit or you go pay money for some shit. No, no. Like, watch this, dog. That's how weird the game really is, dog. Like, I will never refute the fact that pharmaceuticals are necessary in a lot of cases, but in some cases, it's also some bullshit, dog. It costs $100 for some aloe vera tablets, my nigga. When you can grow aloes outside.
Dead ass, dog. I remember the time I ate fucking aloes for money, bro.
It's crazy.
I didn't even taste bad, dog, until I got to the fucking yellow part, dog. Holy shit, that tastes like ass. I washed my mouth so much times, right?
Bro, you're insane.
I didn't expect it to taste that bad. Like Jesus Christ. Ugh, ugh. Oh, fuck, I almost gagged just thinking about it, dog. The thoughts and dreams, and shit. Red and blue and green and shit. I like how this doesn't feel like a fucking podcast, dog.
Right,
'Cause
man. This is
we're
a
going on like
conversation between bros, dog. That's what the
dead
podcast
ass.
is. That's what it is. Dudes know what they're getting
Is
into. Yes, no. I'm
dog.
breaking the fourth wall. You know what you're getting into. You sick fuck sitting there watching us. You know what you're doing.
I'm just walking around the place cleaning, dog. And you're probably eating shit, dog.
Man, I'm already done eating. I'm actually.
Bruh.
Ah, bruh, did you watch that Kanye West documentary?
No, but I wanted to though.
I'm already on the first episode.
Not gonna lie, Kanye West might be insane, dog. But he's a good. I feel that's what makes him a good musician, dog, because he's just insane.
I
I
don't
also
think
think that's why what makes
it's
me a
not
good
much of
musician,
insanity
dog.
as much as it is mental diversity in effect, you know?
That's true. I think that's why I'm good at music too, dog, because I'm just insane.
Oh yes, the only dudes to say, yo, we got a month to put out a project.
I finished. I literally finished the fucking interlude for that EP like 20 minutes before it released.
Yes, and the problem is that I forgot to send you the vocals for that. So, oh good lord. You know what? It'll be a good story to tell one
These
day.
yes, and the project did come out very clean. So
Oh yeah,
uh,
dude said it was some of our best work.
if only they knew, bro.
Bruh. What were we gonna talk about? We had something very important to talk about, man. What was the suggestion you made? You made a
Um,
suggestion.
jobs, the system,
Jobs,
the
yes, the
school.
system is gonna take you to get jobs. Yo, yo, for any listener right now, if you don't like to hear the criticism of the government or the overarching system, right, then I suggest you stop listening right now because I'm about to get real with you. Last chance. All right, now though,
In America, bro, there's so much opportunities to
now that
get
all the
jobs,
bitch
dog.
niggas is gone, we can begin.
Like America has so much job opportunities, dog. It's not even funny, dog.
Well, yeah, nigga, you can just Uber shit and get paid.
I mean, I don't blame everybody though, because yo, like seeing a homeless veteran getting food fucking thrown on him was like one of the most heart wrenching things I've ever seen. But
Indeed.
you know,
What was this? Yes. The job circuit. The way this is a weird cycle in Antigua. I'll tell you about it right now. Now I don't want to get too in depth with like age and a whole bunch of years and shit, but I'm gonna basically summarize it like this: the government that we have had for like the majority, because I'm not gonna name any specific parties. So the government that we've had for the majority of our time being an independent nation has created no real industries for people to work in, but has created a somewhat higher level of education. Bro, what are you doing, bro? I can hear you, bro.
Oh, sorry, I'm scrubbing. I told you I was doing shit, dog.
Dude.
Continue.
Um, man, the cats they're fighting. Anyway, what was I really saying? Yes,
Send me
they
videos.
they've created absolutely no industry, right? But what they did do was create a whole bunch of extra jobs and a whole bunch of this and this, and a whole lot of school, right? Again, that's amazing. You know, you create Antigua State College and shit. Create a bunch of secondary schools and shit, and that's amazing. But then you give dudes like little to any opportunity to really get out there in the world, and the only people who really be benefiting from this are the larger private owned companies that now get a heap of free untrained workers. You know what I'm saying? Just inexperienced, underpaid workers. They can really bleed dry and charge for way less than they really should be getting for the kind of work they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because these dudes basically have no real else. No, they have no real other option to go. You know, like how many people think about being a chef in Antigua, bro? You know what I'm saying? You go culinary school, you become a chef, all that. What are you gonna do now? Work for a hotel? Which hotel?
Yeah,
All of them are the
that's
same,
almost.
basically. All of them are the same, basically. They all have chefs with just about the same amount of qualifications as you. They don't necessarily need you, right? And they can get rid of you as much as possible, as easy as possible, right? You know what I'm saying? Or you could go work for a restaurant, and that's cool. Or go into business for yourself. 99% of dudes are never going to go into business for themselves. 99% of people don't want to be their own boss. Don't really want to deal with the stress. People want to be that's the problem. People want to be their own boss, but people don't want to deal with the stress of it. You know, people want everything and nothing at the same time. And I'm not really happy about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the most happy about that because that's a whole problem. But it is
But then again, if we had a bunch more people being their own boss, dog, and then again, we have oversaturation very easily.
dude, it's one thing to be like your own boss, but I'm talking like a legitimate business structure of having private owned businesses and then gaining employees from that. If one chef decided they're going to open their own food truck, right? And they buy like two food trucks and decides, yo, two schedules, two separate dudes, and there you go. You just hired six niggas right there, and potentially a bunch of dudes who graduated culinary school with you, creating more jobs. I'm not saying everybody should do this, but at the very least, it's a it's a create it's a incredibly narrow view. It's an incredibly narrow road to employment, dog. It's either work for these privately owned hotels and shit, um, or it's either sorry, I'm because I have like a cough. You either it's a narrow road. You either go work for these extremely powerful, extremely large private owned businesses that have an influx of dudes already. You go into business for yourself and possibly fail anyway because nobody's going to support you. Dudes in Antigua don't support anything other than their local weed men. Um, or you go work for a much smaller business, which will probably give you less benefits. And in reality, dudes don't really want to work for like the smaller bit. A lot of dudes don't want to work in like a in the back room of a supermarket or some shit, chopping out meat or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dog,
You know, because
I'm not
dudes
gonna
want to
lie.
know that they went to school for all that shit, and now they want some like larger position at least.
Yeah, finish what you're saying. Like finish the whole entire topic because I don't. I was gonna go into something else from what I heard you say.
Bruh. Okay. And then it becomes like a much larger scenario, right? Because now you got no real industry, right? Because we have a bunch of engineering students who graduate and with the government or anybody around hasn't really given them much to do. So now they end up working again for these privately owned firms. I'm not saying everything should be controlled by the government, but when the government has literally nothing in a certain area to put dudes to work in, then that creates a large issue. You know what I'm saying? That creates a point where you're not. We're not producing anything. It's a lack of production, and it's just a whole lot of people graduating every year with a lack of a workforce or production or anything, you know. And
It's
then you got schools, you know, and let's even bring it into this, man. State colleges, they don't really care, bro. They don't really care, bro.
I mean, what school? No school gives a fuck. When you really think about it, no school gives a fuck about
Nah, but when we're
producing
talking
niggas.
college education, dog,
Yes,
there's only
yes.
really two options in Antigua, you know. If you want to go into like some of the broader things, and even then, just like one of those two options is the more popular one, and it's also the more shitty one. Like no real
What's the other
like
option?
Abbott.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
I was
Abbott is
thinking of that,
super
but
expensive for like a lot of people.
what about Abyss?
Yeah, man. So it's crazy, but yeah. So now you got college.
Nigga,
They don't really
wow,
care. There's
wow.
kind of a whole heap of laxness in the way the administration goes off, and again, that's not full on hatred because they do some things right, but I don't expect every single year for a bunch of students to have to be clamoring to find anything, like I literally remember when I spent a week, it was like a week, the second week I believe, and I still didn't have any of my classes, and I had to go up there like 3 4 times to get shit figured out. And then I literally remember this teacher. She was sitting there waiting, asking for like a list, blah blah blah. And the lady said, "I'm sorry." The leader of the department head, whatever, in her office, she left for lunch. We don't know when she's gonna be back. Blah blah blah. I don't even know if she left for lunch. I just know that she left. And she was like, and she'd been there as long as I had. And she was like, you know what? Fine. The time has come for my class. Anyway, I'll go and teach my one person. And the lady at the counter was like, "What do you mean one person?" And that's what she said. One nigga. There's only one dude on the list. How do you wind up with a class
Bruh.
teaching one dude
That's the thing about it.
in
Also,
college, bro?
you can cut this out, dog. You can cut this out, dog. Wait, I said Abyss because niggas treat that shit like college, dog.
Bruh.
I mean, it's true, dog. Look how much niggas go from secondary school. I've seen so much niggas go from secondary school to Abyss, or even college to Abyss, dog. Like so much of that shit, dog. So, yeah.
Yeah, because you could easily consider it you could easily consider it a thing, though. You could easily consider it a mother loving um
Tertiary education
yes,
institution.
yes, you could. Thank you, man. I was fumbling on that one.
But yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
exactly. It can easily be considered, but it's a whole messed up scenario where you got a college that doesn't really give a shit. And there's a bunch, and I've spoken to many individuals. So I'm not just going off on tangents against the school here. This is real information. You know what I'm saying? This is real information from real students, past students, and all that. These are dudes who have been stuck in classes with information that didn't make sense to the material that they went to school to study for. And then there's dudes who are legitimate students of engineering and such, attempting to become craftsmen and tradesmen, but spend around a year and a half going by and haven't had one practical setting, haven't had one practical amount of work, and that sounds insane to me. Business students
I mean, it's
don't really getting
engineering, dog.
business students out here not getting entrepreneurship courses. Um, And this is no calling out to anyone personally, but a few teachers definitely have a sort of "I don't really care" kind of persona to it, and not the good "I don't care," not the good "I don't care" like, "Oh, you missed a due date, man, turn that shit in whenever, as long as I get it by the end of the semester." Not that good "I don't care." The "I don't care" like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about your story. Goodbye. That kind of teacher.
That I'm glad I don't have most of the teachers that I have are like pretty nice and actually give a two shits about what you're doing, right? So you know what I'm saying? But like some teachers be just like, yo, that ain't my problem, nigga. Yeah. I graduated. I'm teaching your ass. I
Exactly.
ain't give a shit what you do.
Exactly. That sounds some crazy shit. and it goes like really deep when you look at it at such a level, bro. You know, and then after 2 years of really not learning anything, because the college itself puts forward an atmosphere of get a passing grade, don't learn anything, so that's the concept. That's the atmosphere in the college, bro. You get a grade, you don't learn shit, you just pass. You know what I'm saying? Someone had summed it up pretty amazingly for me at one point when they said, dude, all I do is I go to college and go into class for attendance, and then I leave and go home and teach myself because the teachers don't be teaching. And I'm like, dog, is that really what college is? And then I realized when I got to college, that's legitimately what's up. You actually have to teach yourself, bro. These dudes don't really be caring. They don't, and people consider it babying, and sure, you could call it they don't baby you, I guess, but they
Can't
also
relate
don't
too
really
much.
care, or they won't hold you so close to their chest as other individuals. And I get that, man. At this point, you're like an adult, basically. So it is what it is. So moving after
Yeah,
that,
16 years old, you're adult. Crazy.
then by the time you graduate, you're 18. I guess that's what they're going off of. Either way, you leave, and then after about a couple years of just basically getting a passing grade, you leave, and then there's no real options for a job now. Like again, you shouldn't always want to work for the government, but when the government's giving you no other options, your option is to work for just about what's there. And the people you're probably going to flock to work for are the larger companies, right? With are the larger companies with a good amount of funding, they have a reputation, whatever. And so these guys are just going to get a large amount of individuals. Just so that creates an influx, and they have the pick of the litter. And trust me, most of them dudes are just gonna get kicked out. Most of them dudes are just gonna be left unemployed. Especially when you have like, all right, let's speak the truth here, man. Almost everybody going to college is who just dropped into college has no freaking clue what they're doing.
I mean, did you have a clue what you were doing?
Yes, yes. I've had my plan for a decade plus, my dude. This is what I've worked to do. But I've been in class with dudes who have no freaking clue what they're doing. A lot of dudes don't even have a clue what the subjects and the courses they're doing would even be able to get them to
And
work.
then, well, this is perfect because basically we have two sides of the spectrum right here.
Oh yeah, because we all know Hades wanted to be a doctor until just before
Fuck you.
college.
Fuck you.
Dude, you can't be mad, bro. You
Fuck
can't
you.
be mad when I'm telling the truth. You announced this. What do you want from me?
And first of all, I decided, dog. I I'm gonna be honest with you, nigga. I decided to be a doc. I stopped being a doctor when them niggas gave the freaking what's it called again? I I I I already thought of not doing it, but yeah, I decided to stop being a doctor when I had to go into the freaking thing and then choose my freaking courses, dog. I saw, yeah, none. I'm not with that shit.
Yeah, dog. So then dudes go into college, get a degree that they don't even rock with, and they get into a field. They basically have qualifications for a field that they don't understand because they've been spending 2, 3, 4 years at max. Let's just say 2 years at max, right? Just passing classes. And then what was I gonna say? Yeah, and then these dudes basically had useless degrees because there are dudes out there with communications degrees, and don't get it twisted. I rock with the communications majors, bro. I rock with you guys, bro. But let's face it. We know what's up, bro.
Like
Know what's up.
what kind of communication degree give you, boss? Like
Yo,
honestly.
yo, I'm not here to roast the dudes who got a communications degree,
No,
dog.
it's not roasting, dog. I'm just trying to like sympathize with them, dog. Like dead ass, cause like I understand, dog. I understand, but like,
Most people
dog,
who
like
get a
that.
communications degree wind up teaching.
Oh well, that's cool,
or
dog. I
or
mean,
maybe become a translator, maybe for a company. But that's kind of thin. I mean, there are a lot of things you could do with communications, but a lot of those things that you could do also have a slim chance of actually allowing you to get through to become one of those things.
dog.
So, like,
You when
again,
you when
unless
you
you
when you
have a
start,
specified plan, you're gonna be screwed once you get your communications degree.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. Most of the niggas who be teaching maths, English, physics, chemistry, and biology. Most of them niggas who get taught that shit and like do good in that shit end up becoming teachers, dog.
Yep.
You ain't seen any of these niggas becoming marine biologists or actual scientists or even fucking doctors, dog. These niggas teach. The niggas be taught. Niggas are taught to teach, boss.
And that's some crazy shit, my dude. That's some
How
crazy shit. All right, dude. So
how do you
there's
feel about
dudes who leave college with a. Okay. You go. What were you gonna say?
like how you feel about like teaching, dog? Like would you teach? I
Hell
doubt it because
no,
you don't like little shits.
nigga. Hell no. I don't like them little shits, dog. I hit a nigga in the face real quick. They I mean in jail. Children are some of the most cruel individuals ever.
I mean, you can always be one of those teachers that doesn't give a shit. Like yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, dog. If you ain't with it,
Yeah,
dog, you just gonna fail, dog.
but then that would be like a complete that would be like a complete a complete waste of time in society and shit. You know what I'm saying? That'd be horrible.
Nigga, if them niggas don't want to work with you, dog, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Kill yourself?
That would be horrible though. Like I'm a teacher and I've literally wasted my time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not teaching anybody nothing. I'm useless. All I'm doing is collecting government checks and doing nothing. And that's the kind of shit that I don't even
So,
like. I don't even like teachers doing that. So I'm not gonna become a teacher to do that. Okay? So thank you.
boy, you have niggas out here. You have niggas out here saying like, yo, niggas out here who never seen their father, boss, saying, yo, nigga, my son has to feel the same pain that I felt, boss. And you're just gonna freaking complain about getting a fucking government check, dog, for doing nothing. Niggas do that shit all the time, dog. It's like it's better than
Oh yeah,
freaking
you mean them niggas down in public
saying
work?
I don't even know, dog.
Okay. Before I lay into public work, so yeah, I'm never gonna teach, dog. So let's let that be a thing. I'm a spectacular business student. I'm a lazy piece of
Okay,
shit.
so why don't you
No,
just lecture then? Would you lecture?
no,
Why not?
nigga. In the minute a fucking retard asks me some dumbass question, I'm gonna throw a piece of chalk clean in his face. Like nigga, get the fuck out of my class.
No. The lecturing is easy, dog. You get big bank for just telling niggas shit.
Don't
You
we
don't have
have
to like
lecturers
run.
and those dudes hate their job?
Yes, but they do get big bank.
So I'm supposed to lecture in this shit in this shitty country.
Yeah.
My friend's old man, right? He was a lecturer for college, and them niggas called him, and he said, "Yo, I ain't a man out sense now, and I'm never coming back," and he never went back. Imagine the school calls you when you tell them they don't make sense.
Bruh.
Exactly. All right,
Well,
man. Thank you. All right, thank you. I ain't lecturing for shit. Shit, you got me off track, bro. Either way, yes, you leave college, dudes get communications degrees, or some dudes get an engineering degree that really is that's just an associate's degree. Some of these dudes don't even have applicable skills and shit. You know, some of these dudes don't really have that many capabilities or whatever, and there's no real industry to go into in the country. So now you're stuck and basically throwing away what you're qualified to do and going to work for one of these places until with my hands up to make the air quotes until you get a better opportunity. When in reality you'll probably never get a better opportunity. And we've already instilled this sense of I don't want to do anything in the young people, that dudes don't want to make the better opportunity. They want to wait for somebody else to do it so they can catch some benefits from it. So we have a lack of entrepreneurs, we have a lack of small business owners, and then we have destroyed the mentality of doing that, and then we have just these dudes running in. You know how many dudes have left college, right? Got a shitty degree that they didn't understand, left college and went to work for Brighton.
A lot of people.
Nigga, so many of them. I'm guaranteeing. I'm almost guaranteeing the fact that I genuinely believe that Brighton and Antigua State College was kind of some kind of underground deal, dog. And like they shake hands on some dog. I'm guaranteeing you. Like some Illuminati deal, dog. That's what I believe. And I don't want to be mean. I'm sorry. But it's what I believe. Go to Brighton and ask any of them niggas, yo, you got a degree from State College? I bet you, in a crowd of 2,000 niggas, 1,800 niggas put up their hand.
Bruh.
How long you been working here? A bunch of them niggas gonna say, yo, 10 years. Why'd you start working here? Well, I needed a better opportunity, but one didn't come along, so it's gonna be the same shit. And then dudes are gonna say, well, I kind of just fell into this and I stayed doing this for 10 years. And that's not even a joke. I know dudes like this. This is their exact story.
Like,
And if so many people got the same
boy.
story, then it's almost a conspiracy at this point. At this point, I'm starting to believe that Brighton, Mega Distributions, Anjo, all of them, dog, they all have some kind of underground deal with State College, being like, all right, man, we got this new batch of niggas out here. He's like, hell yeah, I'll tell you, yeah, that's 250,000 right there. Thank you a lot. And then they just get a bunch of job applications right away.
You work at one of those places though?
Huh?
Would you work at one of those places though?
Oh hell no.
Bruh.
Like I'll never be mean, dog, because but I don't believe working for distribution companies for me, and it's not really necessarily a problem because I rock with these places, and a lot of the coolest people that I've met in my life have actually come from these places, so I truly do rock with these individuals. However, and this is a however, a lot of these places be just completely forgetting about human rights. Like if we're talking real shit, Brighton gets a whole bunch of useless graduates, right? And I think the Antiguan Immigration Office shook hands with Brighton too. Shook hands with a mega distribution, so mega distributions get all the Spanish people.
Whoa.
Not even just the
Hey.
Spanish people, just about every immigrant that doesn't want to work, in security, right? Go straight to mega distributions. Because unlike every other business, they don't really have a care for nationality and shit. You don't really need a care for that kind of shit.
I mean, damn.
So Bing Bang Boodle, now Mega Distributions has like 50,000 Spanish men working for them. That's not a real number. Don't quote me on that. It's not a real number, but a bunch of foreigners who aren't actually Antiguan do be working for them. And then it's even worse when a bunch of dudes who are foreigners but got a degree from Antigua State College wound up working for them. And again, I know dudes like this, and that's their story. They kind of just fell into it. I tell you,
Pretty
man,
damn.
yeah, they be shaking hands on this shit, dog. On some real shit, bro. And then it just gets real crazier after that, and the system will never really change unless people either desire to be better, unless people desire to be their own boss or desire to create their own industries, or government decides, yo, there's too many privatized ownership right here. Let's get ourselves like a spot. Let's make a damn goddamn canning company, and then upgrade some of the freaking spots where we got agriculture, then can them bitches. Have a bunch of engineering students working the canning places, get the forestry niggas out on the farm, make sure them niggas cut grass. There you go.
I mean,
And it's a really messed up system, and I'm saddened by it. And anybody who's hearing this and thinks I'm ludicrous, I invite you to please tell me differently, dog. We'll have you on the show, and you can talk to us about this shit, because I just really don't understand it. I'm inviting anybody to really talk to me about this.
I like the conversation they had with the freaking female that time, talking shit about
Oh
women's
yes, like
rights and shit.
that girl, man, she went off. What was her name? What was her name? She knew you. She knew you. Her name was like what, Aaliyah or some shit. I could kind of tell she was a feminist, dog, but she had some great points. I rock with her. Shout out to Aaliyah. Never wanted to, we
The
can run
one
it
that they
back
got
again.
into wait, the one they got into the feminist argument with, like the big one. We started talking about like the you started talking about like the job shit.
What job shit?
Yeah, you said you got into an argument with a feminist. And she was on that dumb shit and she was talking about like the whole entire thing
Oh
with like
no no no
being
no no, not the wage gap shit. Nah, the wage gap is some bullshit. But I was
yeah.
no, we're talking about the girl who was on the phone with, and you were
No, no,
there.
no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm talking about that the wage gap situation. I'm talking
Oh,
about
so
that
that's what you're
situation.
talking about. You're not talking about Aaliyah?
Yes. Nah.
Well, still shout
Although we
out to
definitely
her.
had a conversation about that. Yeah.
Still want her on the show though, but whatever. No, that chick who came after me with the wage gap shit, man. I know she hasn't changed, dog. Still some stupid shit.
There is literally no freaking wage gap. Like that makes no sense.
Yo, you Mike.
Sorry, sorry. There's literally no wage gap, bro. That makes no sense.
Like, look, it's not really that, bro. There is a wage gap necessarily, right? But it's not necessarily how they're posting it, man. It's not how they're reporting it to be. It's not oh, men just make more money than women. It's not, bro. Women on record do a whole lot less. They get maternity leave and shit. A lot of these women leave to go get families. Women are more likely to leave a situation where they get sent off by their boss, by the company, so they can get a flight early back home. In fact, I remember this one time I was on Reddit and I was reading this story, this article. This dude, because they were talking about when did you have to deal with fake feminist bullshit, and this one dude was talking about how he owned an entire company that basically ran off of what you could understand was like marketing and shit. They were selling some shit, right? That's what he was talking about. And what dude was talking about was at one point a couple years back, he had a whole feminist uprising in his company because they were talking about how the men were making more money than the women, and him being a boss or some shit, and he didn't want to think that his company was sexually biased. So he was like, I bet I'm gonna look into this. He brought in a whole team, and they spent months looking into this shit, interviewing people and shit, and he was legitimately thinking, yo, I'm hoping that this doesn't end up being some shit. And when he did look into it, you know what he found, dog?
What?
Okay, look at it like this. From the whole setup of it, it was imagine like the company being like one of them buildings with like a whole bunch of offices and a whole bunch of cubicles and shit, right? And everybody was basically working for themselves. They're basically calling and talking and networking, and that's how you get your shit sold, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was going on was like twice, 3 times a year, the company, along with separate other companies and investors and shit, would hold these conferences that you'd have to fly out of town for and meet in like conference halls and convention halls and shit to learn and to talk and then do all this extra shit, right? At these conventions was basically everybody else, people from rival companies, people from conjoining businesses, people from all over. and dudes from other departments of different companies. So it was like some crazy shit. And it was like really helpful. It was just a convention to help dudes understand. This happened maybe 3 times a year. It was great for sales. It was great for marketing because it got you in contact with customers and shit. Now, the thing about it is, once they did the research and they talked to the men and the women, what they had realized was that the women were booking earlier flights to go home directly after the convention. So after the convention, basically after the 2 days they were there, the minute the thing was over, the women in the company were just running off, catching earlier flights and leaving. And the men were staying behind to volunteer to help clean up and break down the stage and pack all that shit together, which would basically take them an extra 12 hours to an extra day. That's not something they had to do, but they were helping. And they weren't just helping like the stage people. All of the men from all the different companies, the customers, the rival, these men were staying behind, breaking shit down and just helping pack shit up, right? So in reality, what would happen is during that time these dudes were sitting there and breaking shit down, they would have more opportunity to network. Because men, dog, dudes become friends the moment they have to do some shit together. You know what I'm saying? You ever made friends off of a freaking group or something?
Yep, all the time.
Exactly. The moment you have to work together with a bunch of dudes, it increases your chance of being friends with these dudes like 90%. So basically, what was happening was that these dudes were doing all this extra work together. They were breaking down the stage, and the extra 12 hours to a day and a half was basically all the time that it took for these people to gain more networks, to gain more connections. You would have time to talk to customers, potential customers, become friends with these dudes, talk to rival companies, gain more connections, and back and forth. So the men would be sitting down and helping break the shit down, and the women, while the dudes were breaking the shit down, they were already home asleep, already tired from the convention. They already didn't give a shit. And so by the end of the year, the dudes with all the connections and shits, which is basically all the men in the company, made more than the women who flew off, which was almost all the women in the company, because they were getting more sales.
Well, damn.
And then what he'd even done, he'd actually brought it to the attention of two separate women who were actually within the top five earners annually. And when I mean annually like every year. These women were in the top five sellers. These were two women, right? So the other three, they were men. But these two women, they were constantly in the top five sellers. And these two women, they said, yo, we stayed back to help break down the shit too. That's actually how we gained a lot of our contacts. That's how we gained a lot of our connections with our customers and shit. Um, and they agreed with the men when they said, "Yo, this is why we get paid this much. This is why we're one of the top earners, making $100,000 a year, because we actually do the work. These people fly off, and these women basically got blackballed by the rest of the women because they're like, oh, you're against the feminist movement. When in reality, these guys are like, no, y'all are just lazy, and that's kind of it.
Going against the feminist movement. A female saying that other females are full of shit. I
Exactly, and
mean,
that shit pissed me off. And even after he had done all this research and presented all this to the company, all right. And remember, this guy's at the top. He's the owner, founder, the business CEO. So this is a great $1 million business. And he's like, even after he found all this, did the research, and basically realized this was some bullshit, he presented it to the company, and he still got letters and shit about people saying this is sexual, this is gender bias, this is the wage gap, this is this. And it got to a point where we had to tell him, dog, you're gonna keep complaining and you can leave because this is some bullshit. This is not gender bias. This is you not wanting to do more work. You're putting in less hours than the men. What do you expect? The women who are getting paid more than you, they are putting as much hours as the men.
is that yo? I just feel people in general just do not want to hear. People in general just do not want to hear that they're not doing enough.
Nah, man,
That
people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth, dog. That's what I tell people, man. If you're not happy with the way you're living right now, then it's kind of your own fault. It's one thing if you're a kid and you live in poverty, right? But once you're an adult, get to the stepping, dog. Get to the movement. Get to the saving of the paper. What's wrong with you? Sitting around complaining and bitching don't make anything better. You have to get to work. Because God, even the Bible itself says prayer, it says faith without action is useless, right? Praying and not doing anything does not help. God will not just give you random shit. You have to work for things. But there's dudes sitting on the corner every
Exactly.
day lighting off a joint and say, ghetto you would have to make it. And then niggas doing nothing. Tell me, you know them niggas. Like, you know a nigga like that.
Of course.
We all know a
Of
nigga
course.
like that. A dude who does nothing but light off a joint on the corner and say, yo, ghetto you would have to make it. And really does nothing
Yo,
other than smoke the weed, dog.
like we do both of us complain about the government and school a lot, dog, but at least we do some shits. Like Jesus.
Exactly. Exactly. Like we complain, but we're still working. You know what I'm saying? I posted up this morning, 7 a.m. and I'm just going to sleep. Because I spent the night working on some shit. I put down my phone and I got to putting in some extra work on some shit. You know what I'm saying? 7 a.m. and I'm back and I'm just going to sleep. Because a lot of dudes will just complain, dog. And they will blame the government and they will blame the system. And sure, the system is faulty. The government is faulty. But you're out here doing nothing. What do you want? You can't want your cake and eat it too. You can't want millions of dollars and to be lazy. Everybody wants Warren Buffett money, but nobody wants to work like Warren Buffett did. All right, man, dudes look at the hundreds of billions of dollars that he's worth. But niggas is crazy, dog. He worked so hard to make it there. He wasn't just some rich guy. Bill Gates didn't start off there, nigga. Jeff
I wish
Bezos
I
didn't
was a
start off
trust
there,
fund
nigga.
baby, dog.
Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos did not start off there, dog. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas sat in garages, literally spray painted Amazon.com on a banner. One nigga sitting in a room with a computer. You know what I'm saying? And then dudes look at the shit and be like, yo, ghetto youth have to make it. Ghetto youth will make nothing if you continue to call yourself ghetto youth and do nothing, nigga.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Half of the this is why I have to say it, dog. Half the reason dudes don't complain. 50% is actual oppression. 50% is actual oppression, and 50% is just complaining. Yeah, shit. And that's the truth. I'd be mad about
I
it,
mean,
but
it's true though.
yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, I guess that's my whole take on the system in Antigua and Barbuda, dudes. That's my whole take. The government, a lot of dudes are at fault, but by God, dude, niggas gotta work for something.
Exactly, bro. Hey, I might complain a lot though, but I do stuff
Exactly.
sometimes.
This is why I don't get on your case all the time, because you actually have a right to complain, nigga. You get hit, you get a whole bunch of right hooks and uppercuts, and you're still standing. But a bunch of niggas will work for a dude for a few months and be like, yo, I can't handle this, dog. Slavery ended years ago. And
Bruh.
niggas don't know what it's like to work for nothing. All right, dog. This is why I get
Niggas
pissed a
don't
lot of the
understand slaves
time,
got
dog.
paid, bruh.
Nigga, slaves didn't get paid though.
Some slaves did.
Oh well, no, you're right. Some slaves definitely got paid. I shouldn't be pushing that negative stereotype. A lot of dudes got paid. In fact, some of the original forms of slavery in Africa were literally, you owe this debt. You be my slave for a few months. You pay it back. Hell yeah.
I don't like though. The best type of slavery had to be like biblical slavery, dog. Once you're good, dog, niggas treated their slaves well, boss.
Well, yeah, man. This is how it was. Of course, then they had to start making that good sugar. Then they ain't had time to be treating niggas like humans.
Bruh. I wonder how much honey they had back then, boss. The niggas always say, oh Lord, honey, honey.
Bro, like, can't hear you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. How much honey did niggas have back then, dog? What was the honey supply like? Because niggas always talking about honey and milk, boss.
Oh man, honey was scarce back then. That's why they needed sugar.
bruh.
Well, yeah, it's like one thing if you need honey for like 50 people, but once honey becomes like a big thing, everybody wants it, and there's only so many beehives. And again, dudes weren't exactly scientists back then. Dudes weren't even skilled back then, so not many dudes were gonna breed bees.
True.
They couldn't control bees or anything like that, so they had to basically go out and find beehives, and it took months for them to create a new one with sufficient running honey supplies. And also, sugar needed to be sugar was the natural substitute.
You know, that's another thing. Like, yo, beekeeping has good bread in it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Once you know what you're doing.
on my career day in grade six, man, a beekeeper actually came to school, along with a few other people in different careers. But I always found it interesting how they got a beekeeper to show up. You know what I'm saying? Dude showed up, he had a honeycomb with him, gave us some free honey. I rocked with it.
Yo, I could dead ass like get into that niche dog, but yo, I'm not gonna lie, shit has been rough since Corona. Since Corona came, dog.
Yeah, you really gotta kind of have your
Shit
own
has been.
resources, but still, man, you know how these superstitious black people who like to use home remedies would eat up honey.
You check wise, yo. Not gonna lie.
Oh God, man, that
I've
makes me
always.
that makes me have a whole rant about the Rastafarian community, but I'm not gonna do that, dog. Before I get niggas burned down my house.
Oh yeah, dog. I'm not gonna lie, dog.
Wait, have
Yo,
you heard me do that
oh yeah.
rant?
No, no, no.
Oh well, yeah, that's something I definitely can't do on the podcast.
Alright,
I
but
believe, I believe, I believe for getting canceled, dog. Forget canceled, dog. People will legitimately try to kill me for my beliefs.
we can discuss that after, I guess.
Yeah, but it's been a good hour. I'm saying that might be a good place to leave the podcast, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. We kind of stay on topic. We're talking mostly about government shit, so yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
We can
didn't get
talk.
into communism either.
But yeah, guys, yo, it's been awesome. Been being able to talk and make y'all hear us, I guess, all that shit. But yeah, bro.
Yeah, bros, it's been an amazing podcast. It's been a good hour. I hope dudes will actually have a conversation with us in the comments about this because a lot of what we said we're still looking. It's kind of open. It's an open discussion. You know what I'm saying? Then, yo, Pablo, send the yayo. But beyond that, yo, we'll be out of here. You already know it's Virgo Jake, Hades, second episode of the Outcast podcast. Stay on.
Yes.